Welcome back, beautiful beings. Today I have a real treat for you. We're going to make a beehive, okay? And you can either make it this way or you can make it this way. And how I got this shape is I traced one side. It took a while. I did put, I think it was smaller than this. I think it was a glue stick. And I traced just a half a circle, traced a half circle, went all the way around. And then I folded it in half. And then I cut it so the other side would be even with it. And I cut it all the way up. And it created a beehive. And then I made one that was thicker out of cardboard left over from an old cardstock book. Okay, beautiful beings. But look what I got. I actually have a real hive. And this is not from a bee, a regular bumblebee. But this is from a wasp or a hornet's nest that we had to tear off the roof. Okay? But look at this. So we're going to make a real beehive, wasp or hornet's nest out of a real one, okay? And what they do is the wasp or the hornet will take weathered wood from an old fence or porches, and they chew it up into a paste in their mouth, and they mix it with their saliva, and that's how they build them, okay? And if you hear any movement or noise, Taryn is here.
Hi.
And so is Layla.
Hi.
And they're playing with Play-Doh. And they made me this beautiful little pizza with a chili on top.
It's a
Chili pepper with eggs and cheese and little other green and red and white stuff. Okay, so let's get started.
It's seasoning.
Seasoning. There you go. All right, I'm not sure. I've never done this before, but I think I'm going to start with this side of the beehive over here. And I'm going to very gently take a piece of it and tear it off, like so. And I'll probably need more, but I'm going to try it with Mod Podge, and we'll see how that works out. I'm using Mod Podge Maddie. Okay. And I'm just going to glue it down on one side, and then if I need to add more, I will. And I just traced the piece I made, the design, I just traced it on cardboard. This is from a Ritz box. And then I cut it out. So we'll put a nice thick coat on, because I don't know how this is going to glue, but we're going to find out together, beautiful beings. I'm kind of excited. We're making a beehive out of a real hive. So we'll see how that turns out. And hopefully it works. Alright, I think I got enough Mod Podge. I'm going to lay that down. I'm going to wipe the glue off my hands. And we're going to find out how fragile this is. I'm not sure which way. I think I'm going to put it like this. And we'll put as much as we can on. Like so. And then of course we're going to have to cut it after it glues down. And it's gluing down. So far it's taking. Might need lots of padding, but it's taking. Now I'm going to take another piece from it. I'm trying to get the smaller pieces so we can use the bigger pieces. I'm going to glue this one there, so I'm going to have to add some Mod Podge right here. Like so. Just to make sure it glues down nicely. So I'm going to overlap that right there. Then we'll find another little piece. I think that'll fit nicely, but I kind of want it all going the same way. And when he knocked it down, because he waited until January because it was up there, and we didn't, of course, want to do it when the bees were still in it. So he knocked it down like in January or February, I can't remember. I kept telling him, you better knock that down before the bees come back. And when he knocked it down, because it was in the corner of the roof, where the roof comes together in the corner, the peak of the roof, that's what it's called, the peak, there were a couple bees left over in it. So he didn't get stung or anything, but they were alive still and moving around. The hornets or wasps, whatever they were. We'll stick that there. Where's my scissors? Girls, you see my scissors?
No, but we can lend you some.
Yeah, got these scissors, so we'll cut that right there. Am I cutting a bead in it? Yes. All right, too close. There we go. Just gonna make sure it's down. And then I'll do the other one, I'll fast forward it. And then we're gonna put this piece right there. I'm gonna put a little extra glue on here, like that. Because it's gonna go over the other piece it's down, so we make sure it glues down good. Just like that. I might add some here. Perfect. Alright, let's check the edges. See, it's not gluing on the edges, so we're going to have to put more glue on the edges. It's gluing down nicely, beautiful beings. I mean, we always seem to have problems on the corners, on the edges, but it's gluing down really nice. It's just like paper. It feels like paper. That's basically what it is. They made paper out of the wood that they found, the old wood they found from my neighborhood, and created this beautiful hive. It's long enough. Just rip that off. It rips just like paper. I mean, it's just, look at that. It's just like paper. And it's awesome looking. Beautiful design. Bees like design things just like we do. Beautiful craft. But I kind of want to just wrap it around because I think that'd look nicer. So let's try that. We're going to do it. We're going to wrap the pieces that are longer around. So I guess I didn't have to make that shape with the circles, but it's okay. It's how we learn. It's how we learn, beautiful beings. Choose enough glue, but not too much so it don't rip. See, it's ripping right there too. Just put it back together. Make sure that's wrapped around. Now we're gonna bring this up, and then we'll look at the front. I gotta cut this off. That's not gonna wrap around it. See, it's starting to rip where the glue's thick. I put the glue down too thick. The water and the glue's making it rip. So I probably should just put it on the hive itself instead of on the cardboard. Alright, I'm not going to set this down, but I'm going to show you. Look at that. Original beehive. Original beehive, beautiful beings. Alright, I'll just do the other one off camera. I just wanted to show you how I did the first one. So we learned together. Okay, beautiful beings. And I'm just checking this with my nail real gently. Like that. And I'm going to put glue. Oh, this one needs lots of glue. It's not sticking to its own self. It's not, the material isn't sticking well to its material. I think it looks awesome. And I think there's a piece missing here, so I have to add it because you can see the cardboard right there. So I am going to have to add a piece to that. Got this little piece right here. Don't mind them. They got all these pieces that they're forming their clay into, and it's falling on the floor and on the table.
Well, we're gonna clean it up.
You know how like my scissors do? When I lay them down and forget to lay them down gently, this table like echoes when something hits it. But I love the table. It's really easy to clean. All right, we're gonna put this right here, like that, and hide that piece of cardboard. Just like that. All right, we need more glue on that piece. I don't want to put too much because it'll rip. Again, very gently flip this. There, that was enough. This. Cover that. And there we go. All right, I'm going to do the other one and I'll be back. Hey, beautiful beings. I want to give you a close-up of this. This is the original beehive, wasp hive, hornet hive. Just look at the art that they put into making it. It's just awesome. Okay, and then I wanted to show you these bees. I used this cardstock from the Park Bee cardstock, and I used this, and I cut out really tiny bees. Okay, these ones, some of them have legs and some of them don't. They're really tiny and they're getting a little bit tedious. And these were a little bigger. They're a little easier. I just wanted to show you them. I cut them all out. I wanted to show you the cardstock. And then I glued these on to the beehive. Okay, I'll give you a close-up. And I will be making more of these, but I'm not going to be using the beehive. Okay, the original beehive. I'm going to be using paint net. So, you know, just in case you don't have that, the original beehive, because not many people do. I just hope you can pick up that texture. I just love it. And then I wanted to tell you too, when I wrapped some more around, like on this one, I wrapped more around. I used this because it didn't have as much water as Mod Podge when I wrapped it around, and it didn't rip because there wasn't so much moisture as the Mod Podge. There's not as much water in the tacky glue, the Elena's, like there is Mod Podge. Okay? And then just to give you a sample, you can glue them on your pocket files or in your journal for a pocket. Okay, I made sure I measured the original. These are going to be top ones. I made sure I measured this original one to fit in there before I started making them. Okay, to fit right in there, on there. Okay, and this one, as you can see, this one can stand like this. I mean, it can be this way too, but instead of cutting straight across like a regular beehive, I gave this one a loop because it was it just looked like the original because the original had the loop. Okay? Thanks for watching. And there will be another video on the bees, okay? On the making the hives. We're going to use paint and burlap, and you'll see it in the next video. Okay? Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful everything.